staff and teachers stay healthy and focused. Call 1-800-GRANGER, click Granger.com, or just stop by. Granger, for the ones who get it done.
Hi, I'm Chef Franklin Becker. You know the jingle. Now discover the facts about Ozempic, a GLP-1. There's only one FDA-approved Ozempic made by Novo Nordisk. Learn about the real thing.
Talk to your healthcare professional today. Call 1-833-OZEMPIC or visit Ozempic.com to view the medication guide and to learn more about Ozempic. Semaglutide injection 0.5, 1, and 2 milligrams.
Get ready for a night out with Jordan Davis. Country in the Park 2 this Saturday at Cal Expo. Along with special guests Mitchell Tenpenny, Locash, Vincent Mason, and Averyana. Make it a family day out with food trucks, games, dancing, and more. This Saturday at Cal Expo with Proactive Pest Control, Fasteners Inc. Tool Outlet, and Red's Pizzeria and Tap House. Tickets at CITPFest.com.
Everyone has a past, but what happens if you've made mistakes and made good on that past, but it keeps following you? Are you looking for an attorney to erase past records and restore your rights? Maybe even restore your gun rights? Do you need a reputable criminal defense attorney who knows even good people make bad mistakes? Well, the attorneys at Gonzalez Law Office are here to help. Find Gonzalez Law Office online at saclegaldefense.com or call them at 916-304-9187. We don't settle for less, and neither should you.
Go on a culinary adventure at one of Europe's biggest food events coming to the Americas, Terra Madre. Discover more flavors to savor, more ideas to chew on, more voices shaping the future of food. Join chefs Alice Waters, Sean Sherman, and Jeremiah Tower for tastings, pop-ups, food demos, and panels, all celebrating good, clean, and fair food for all. Terra Madre Americas, September 26th through 28th in Sacramento. Savor the journey. Visit TerraMadreUSA.com for more details. Terra Madre Americas is supported by Sacramento International Airport and brought to you by Slow Food and Visit Sacramento.
KHD 1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento.
Your flagship station for the Beam Team.
From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
This is Sacktown Sports 1140. Feeding your passion for local sports in the afternoon. It's the Drive Guys with Kevin Gleason and Kyle Draper on your radio at 1140 a.m.
Streaming audio at SacktownSports.com and the Sacktown Sports app.
You can also watch the show on YouTube at Sacktown Sports 1140. Here are the Drive Guys with Kevin Gleason and Kyle Draper.
JJ. Your boy is back in the saddle.
Man, let the thing breathe a little bit, man.
Big fella, I've been waiting 2 weeks to get back in this hot seat here.
Now, that's a lot.
In this chair. You got to understand, Jay, I wouldn't let it breathe, let the music play. But people been wondering, where Drape's at? When is he getting back?
Who've been wondering that?
I don't know, tell me.
We've been letting everybody know, man, you flying the friendly skies right now.
Oh,
brother.
man.
Don't call them, don't text them, don't send them no pigeon carrier, no smoke signals.
I ain't hear from y'all at all.
Yeah,
big
because
fella.
y'all vacate.
Nothing on the text message.
No need to.
No WhatsApp messages overseas
No
or
need
nothing,
to,
big
champ.
fella.
Man, listen, I did not, maybe about a week and a half or so into it. And I'm not I don't have IG. Well, technically I do, but I don't. So my girl goes, my wife says, man, your guy Draper, man, he living the life, huh?
Who's had that? Your wife?
Wife. I said, oh, yeah, of course he was on vacay. So my wife is my digital team.
Yeah.
She does all my stuff on social network, minus Twitter. I'm myself on Twitter. But I'm like, yeah, he went to, A and B and C. And she's like, seriously? I said, man, that dude is everywhere. He didn't got his passport stamped about 6 times in one trip. And she like, man, so she check him out. I saw my boy got his feet out.
You saw that?
My boy out there butt naked almost. Speedos on the beach.
You know fresh pink out
and
there
yellow.
Overseas? Yeah, big fella.
I said, my dude out there, he trying new vittles, all kind of different things. I said, look at my boy Drake, man, making his move, man. So congratulations, brother.
Dude, thank you, man.
Shouts out to you, baby.
I had shared this trip with you a while ago, man. I turned 50 this year. And I've been telling anybody and everybody that'll listen, I'm doing it big this year.
You're supposed to.
I'm 50 years old, and you know how it is, Jay. And this will be in my book. This will be on the podcast when I start it up. reaching 50 from where we from,
Man.
it's a milestone.
Yes.
Man. And I was thinking of the people in my neighborhood growing up. Shoot, my brother and sister. Brother passed away at 38. Sister passed away at 40.
Man.
Best friend next door
man.
passed away. He wasn't even 50. Guy on the corner, my boy Corky, he passed away. And so when I hit 50, I said, I don't care what it's costing. I don't care who says what. I said, I'm doing it.
Do it.
I'm doing it. And during this whole trip, Jay, from Singapore to Bali to Sydney, Australia, I kept thinking to myself, damn, Kyle, you did it. Like, and it brought a smile to my face. Not just making 50, actually doing it. And so when the opportunity in Bali came to do parasailing, I
Come
never
on,
done
brother.
that.
You did that?
I did that.
What?
When the opportunity came to pull my LeBron and D Wade and Carmelo and Chris Bosh and ride the banana boat came up, I said, you know what?
Where
I'm
you
going to
do
do
this
it.
at?
I did this in Bali. Jay, when the opportunity to climb the Sydney Harbor Bridge came up, climbed to the top of the Sydney Harbor Bridge in Australia came up,
That's big.
I said, you know what? I'm going to do it. I said yes to everything when I was out there.
Everything.
Everything.
Attaboy.
No matter what it was, I was tired, feet hurt, or walking all over the place. I said, yes, I'm going to do it. I walk into the hotel in Sydney, Australia, and it has a lounge. I walk in there, and it's the older white man looks at me and does this, Jay. He
Come
called
here.
it, come here.
He told you, come here.
I was like, man, I ain't paying attention. This dude was 80 years old.
Wow.
I was like, I ain't paying attention to this dude. Get my food and everything because we up in the lounge. I'm about to go sit by myself. Then I saw him again. He's like,
Come here.
I said, you know what? I'm going to go sit with this dude.
Okay.
80-year-old dude. Shout out to my guy, Stuart.
Stuart.
Stuart is from England but lives in Australia. Lives like a half a mile away from the hotel, but says every 3 months he treats himself to a weekend at the hotel.
At the hotel.
Goes to the lounge, the
Okay.
spa.
Okay.
He's by himself.
Okay.
Got a little walker with him and everything.
Come on, Stuart.
Yeah. One of the most interesting 80-year-olds
Wow.
I've ever met.
What
This
part of
dude-
England do you know? You remember?
Nah, no, I don't remember.
Okay.
I don't. But he's been in Australia for 50 years.
Oh, when you Australia.
Yeah, he's Australia.
Yeah.
Jay, this 80-year-old Stuart, we exchange email addresses afterwards. 80-year-old Stuart made a fortune. Never guess what?
Planting trees.
Selling lampshades.
What? Selling lampshades?
Lampshades.
Over in England.
Australia.
Oh, in Australia.
He said,
second.
yeah, he was an engineer,
Okay.
moved to Australia. The engineering didn't work out for him, you know. His neighbor, a few doors down, used to make lampshades, and he said, hey, can you make me one for my house? She did. He said, you know what? We should go in business together.
Oh, how many people need lampshades?
He sells them to the hotel chains.
Oh, gotcha.
So all the Marriotts,
Got you. Yeah.
all the,
Yeah.
he's the guy.
He's the dude.
Yes.
What?
And I said, what? This 80-year-old dude who looks like a curmudgeon. Sorry,
Yep.
Stuart, if you're listening.
Yeah.
But it made me think. If I didn't say yes to sit next to him, I wouldn't have made a friend.
Truth.
And so I guess the message I want to start off with, and we're going to get to Niners talk because you know I'm going to go in on your squad here in a minute.
On a winner?
Yeah. Man, that
You're
was
going in on a winner?
I'm definitely going in on them dudes. Hold up.
You should be going in on the Eagles too. Then.
Nah,
Let's go
we
ahead.
played a decent team though.
Seattle's decent too.
But let me say this. I guess my message is, and Stewart's the one that said I got to climb the Sydney Harbor Bridge. He says you got to
try it.
You got to try it. So I did it.
What is this? A hike? Is it Mount Everest or what? I mean,
Dog,
we see it. I've never been to Australia, so I get to see it. But
it's up there.
It's taking a ladder straight to the top, or it was a roller coaster?
No,
They
you
don't have
had
no
to
steps.
walk
Or what's going on?
steps.
Okay.
But then you had to climb up
Really?
And you got a harness on and everything.
Oh, okay.
And you looking down. And
okay.
Traffic's under there or the water's under there.
And this is a destination. This is something that you can go and pay to do.
Yeah, it's a tour. There's really like 13, 14 other people.
Oh, y'all sick.
Dude, we climbing up and the pathway is all narrow and you got the beams over here. So I'm ducking down and everything. And I'm going to post some pictures on social. I'll post some pictures.
It's what, springtime in Australia?
Just the start of spring. Just the start of spring.
Because they're opposite of us, right?
Yeah, they're opposite.
It's summer when it's winter over here.
Exactly. Exactly. And so I did that thanks to my guy, Stuart. And I guess the moral of the story is you never know who the person is sitting next to you.
Very true.
And so if I didn't get out of my comfort zone, because usually I'm kind of an introvert, I stay to myself most of the time. But if I didn't get out of my comfort zone, I wouldn't have met this amazing dude that made a fortune selling lampshades. And so I guess what I'm saying for me is whoever I'm next to, I need to shake more hands. I need to, put myself out. I thought to myself, this would be a great book. Just conversations with randoms or something. You never know who's out there, whether you're riding the bus, the train, the airplane. You don't know their story. But finding out his story, and I almost judged the book by his cover when I saw him.
Yep.
And I said, you know what? Shout out to Stuart, man. Shout out to him, man. So it was a life-changing experience, man. I'm going to throw some pictures up on social media.
And that's what's up.
It was
good to hear that.
Dude, it was amazing, man. I can't, and I was thinking on the trip, I said, man, if people had the means, it has to be done. It's a must-do to travel somewhere international.
Of course.
Get out your comfort zone. Get out your neighborhood. If you have the means to do it. Not everybody does. I understand that.
Sure.
Get out. Go out there. See the world, man. Because it's a big world out there, dude. Who knew that Singapore had beaches that were amazing?
Yeah.
That Australia, Bondi Beach. Your boy is out there on Bondi
Beach. Working,
I was out there, man. Like, we think America's great. Yeah, we think we're the best, and we are. We're great. But other people got it good, too, out there. The rest of the world, hey, man, they living out there, too. But then I came back, Jay. Got a nice day of rest yesterday. Feeling good. But today I'm a little ornery, big fella.
Why, man?
Because, man.
What you upset for today, man? You fresh off the planes, jet setting?
Right. And I thought nothing going to get me down.
Nothing but sandals on your feet?
Exactly. I'm well rested. Yeah. I'm relaxed.
Come on, man.
Watched football, hung with the kids yesterday. It was great. But Saturday night in Australia, I'm having a bite of some chicken.
Okay.
I'm like,
oh, man, don't tell me. Gotta go see the dentist.
A crown came up.
Oh.
So I'm like, I'm looking like a jack-o'-lantern in Australia. Yeah. It's like a hole. So I go to the dentist today. And this what got me in a bad mood. Because everything's already expensive enough.
Sure.
I already spent a lot of money on this trip. So I'm like, I'm going to come back. I'm going to bear down. I ain't spending no money. They say, Kyle, we need to x-ray, where your tooth came. Okay. I said, hold up.
Same part of the.
I just had x-rays a month ago. And why at the dentist every damn time they want an x-ray?
I'm with you.
And Jay, no lie, things are expensive. Eggs, milk, bacon, whatever. But every time she snapped a picture, I heard cha-ching, cha-ching. I heard money leaving my pocket, big fella. Why we got an x-ray? Then they told me, well, Kyle, your crown broke off, but your tooth broke off with it, like your tooth. So they said, you're going to need an implant.
Got to need an extra.
Going to need an implant. I said, all right.
Come on, man. What you was out there doing in Singapore? Bali, what was you eating, man?
Jay, guess how much this implant going to cost?
Oh, easy. A couple of G's. I'm going to say probably about $2,500.
$3,500.
Hey man,
Why everything's so expensive?
Are you using the King's insurance, or are you using Bonneville?
I may have to use some. What is it, Cobra or some Gap insurance?
You can't cross over with both, or what, man?
Dude, because I had the root canal.
How is this not part of? You've already had,
but it's a different crown.
Okay,
it's not the same one.
Gotcha.
It's the one.
No warranty on it.
Yeah, no warranty. And I've already reached my maximum.
Out of pocket,
your maximum coverage or whatever.
Yeah, copay
$3,500
fresh out your own pocket. Wow, dog,
that brought me back to reality.
Yeah, man. Welcome home.
I know.
Welcome home.
So when you and Whitey like, oh, good to see you. Glad to have you.
Man,
dog, your boy got to work.
Yeah,
I need to pay off this crown. I gotta get back to the office. Oh my gosh, man! So,
we were having this conversation real quick before you transition, and I was telling Whitey about I'm one of these guys because he was saying maybe about midweek he's like, I know Drapes is having a fantastic time. I've seen him. Mm-hmm. He's moving and grooving. He's enjoying life. He's celebrating life. He's like, but he come back probably 3-4 days. I bet you now it's part of the trip where. Dang, I only got 3 more days left before I have to go home. 2 more days before I have to go home. And I said, it's interesting because I think we're all like that. We all like, oh man, and things move so fast, and especially trips, international trips, vacation. You're looking forward to those things for so long that when it finally comes, it feels like it's just flash speed. It just flies by. And so, of course, second, day before you getting ready to come back, 2 days before you get ready to come back, you're like, dang, this went quick. Mm-hmm. Man, what was I doing? I just felt like I just jumped in the plane to come over here to, Singapore.
Right.
And I was telling myself, my wife is one of these people. It's the day before we have to leave. And she looks up, midday. Like, you know what we should do? What's up, babe? We should stay another couple days.
Oh.
And I'm like, okay, I hear where you're coming from, but why didn't you think of that at least 48 hours ago? Because now we're going to have to pay for tickets.
Yeah, change the
hotel.
Yeah.
So did you get into that mode like 2-3 days? You're like, man, I got to go back.
Nah, you know what? I'll be honest. I'll keep it a buck with you. I was in Bali, and that part of the trip was coming to an end, and I was like, all right, I could go home right now. I've wanted to accomplish mentally, emotionally, physically, check. It has been an amazing vacation. Miss the kids, obviously.
Sure.
Miss friends, family, and all that. But then I got to Australia because I was like, Bali. And then I was like, damn, I still got Australia too.
Yes, sir.
And so then I never thought, man, it's over. Because I was like, even on the last night, I'm going to live it up.
Okay.
I was ready to come back because I had
a moment.
I got what I needed to get out of it. I needed to unplug. I needed to get back to myself. I needed to be okay just sitting there reading a book. Like, instead of always moving and grooving, you know me, I'm always doing something.
Yes, sir.
And so mission accomplished. So I was ready to come back. But then, damn, you get back and get the text from Jose. Whitey's out. He's doing the show 2 to 10 to 2. I'm like, that's just like Whitey.
Right back to reality.
I'm like, damn, now I got to come up with a show. I texted you, how long is our show today?
Yeah,
you said till 4. I was like, I got
man,
that.
come on, man. It's Monday.
That's light work.
First Monday after NFL season to write itself.
Yeah, we got a lot to talk about. And we'll start right there with the San Francisco 49ers. Because I need to hear from Niners fans how you feeling about last night's win. And Jay, you a card-carrying member of Bang Bang Niners game.
Yeah, I have the digital version.
Digital card out there.
Yeah, absolutely.
17-13 win over the Seattle Seahawks. I started off by saying during the crossover, a win is a win. No matter how you get it, it's good to be 1-0. But like I said, I'm watching that game and I'm thinking, this ain't a contender, Jay.
Contender as far as?
Super Bowl.
Well,
Niners.
You believe anybody came into the season thinking the 49ers was a Super Bowl contender?
I don't know, man.
Let me stop you right there.
Oh,
let me stop you right there. Because I'll say this.
What you got, big fella?
Before the season, every NFL team believes they have an opportunity, correct? Meaning the players, the coaches.
Right.
No, even if you got the worst team, New Orleans Saints, the 53, the practice squad, the coaches, the secretaries, everybody there, the nutritionists, the doctors, everyone, the person who has the travel, the boombox carrier, whoever it may be, they all feel like, okay, we got a shot. We can be good. Maybe we can get into the playoffs. Maybe we'll stir up something. And then you truly have fans who are fanatical, where they're out of their mind. Like there are some Saints fans who are going to root for the Saints. Oh, we got a Super Bowl aspirations. Those are the far right, far left, crazy, crazy. You need to be checked into a mental spot. But the average person, they understand their team. They understand there's goals and aspirations. They understand when a team is tanking. They understand when you don't have a chance. They understand when you don't have an opportunity. Now, with that being said, I think if you ask, and it sounds like even watching the game, Greg Olsen and company, was that Kevin Burkhardt?
He wasn't even with Burkhardt.
I mean, he was.
Joe, who's the young guy?
Joe Davis.
Yeah,
right?
Joe Davis. Joe Davis. Yeah.
You listen to Joe Davis and you listen to Greg Olsen, former NFL tight end, and they talked about having conversations with the Kyle Shanahans and the Robert Salehs. And even they said, and Shanahan said this a couple weeks ago, I think you were gone at the time. This team is young and unproven in a lot of spots. We have an opportunity down the road, maybe, and he didn't say maybe, I'm saying maybe, that if we can get these guys on the page, as quick as possible with the high-end talent that we have, we may be able to make some noise. You heard yesterday Joe Davis talk about it a couple times where he said Kyle Shanahan, the 49ers, the George Kittles, the veterans, he said. That's what he called them.
Yeah.
The veterans, every single play last year, they lived and died on returning back to the Super Bowl. And they had a meeting at Kyle Shanahan's house, and this year they've thought with the young guys, fresher breath air, they don't think like that anymore. I give you all these examples, and there's plenty more to say. I get what you're getting ready to say, Drapes, but I think if you talk to the average 49er fan, of course they want to win a Super Bowl because it's been yanked out of their heart for the last 10 years, 13, 14, going back to 2011. But I think if you ask the average 49er fan, this team, when you sit down and look at the NFL, probably ranks as a wild card team. If not a wild card team, and I think, now we push forward, I think they should win their division because of the schedule, and they have great top-end talent. But I don't expect them to have Super Bowl goal or bust or nothing like the last few years. I think we want to make the playoffs. We should make the playoffs because I'm not excusing that. The 49ers believe they should make the playoffs, and every 49er fan should. But when we get there, we'll see what happens. This team is not on paper a Super Bowl winning team compared to the Baltimore Ravens, the Buffalo Bills, the Kansas City Chiefs, the Philadelphia Eagles. There's easily 5-6 teams who could say it's Super Bowl or bust for us. I think if you're a 49er fan and you say that, you're wishing upon a star. You're not being real with yourself. I think it's about making the playoffs, and when we get there, let's talk about it. Now let's make it to the Super Bowl.
All right, and I appreciate you saying that, Jay. That's a level-headed Niners fan because maybe with me, I'm always scared of the Niners. I'm afraid of the Niners.
You should be. You should be.
I'm just saying because I believe Shanahan's a good coach.
I do too.
I believe Brock Purdy's a good quarterback.
I do too.
I believe CMC, and so Trent Williams, Bosa finally came up and showed up late. We'll talk about that. Right, exactly. I'm like, they got some talent on this Niners team. Top-end talent. Yeah. The depth. I will say the defense, I thought looked great. Shout out to Robert Saleh, and we'll get into the good and the bad coming up here. But, when I watch them, that offense, and I might have said this to start the show or in the crossover even, they need a big play receiver.
Agreed.
I don't know if it's Ayuk.
It ain't.
I don't know if Kendrick Bourne is the answer.
He's not, but he'll add something to it. Shouts out to
it.
Kendrick. That's family. We're trying to get him on the show too.
Oh, really? Okay, that's your guy?
That's family.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, we got to get him on. Signed a 1-year deal with the Niners back here with the San Francisco 49ers. But watching that game, and I know Tricky Ricky P put up some numbers and made some key critical, but if you're a defense, who are you fearing on that Niners offense other than CMC? And I know Kittle got hurt, got the hamstring, and Jawan Jennings with the shoulder. But the offense used to be unstoppable a couple years ago when they went to the Super Bowl, I'm saying. That the weapons, now Brock ain't got those weapons anymore.
I agree.
And it's not about him. It's just, I'm shocked at how average the offense looked yesterday. And Seattle's defense is good.
They are.
We got to give Seattle's defense.
They'll be in the top end of the NFL, no doubt.
But I thought they were one-dimensional.
49ers? In the form of throwing, not running?
I thought outside of CMC,
yep.
I wasn't
impressing anybody else.
And I know Pearson
minus Kittle.
Minus Kittle, obviously, at first drive and everything. But even Brock Purdy, I saw his little stat sheet, a little where he threw the ball. Most of his was under 10 yards.
Yeah.
Like, they don't have anybody that's stretching the field.
I'm with you. I think it's been something that they've been looking for the last 15 years.
I was going to, and that's what I said in the crossover. Who's the last big play, deep wideout that they've had? That
Randy Moss?
Damn.
Maybe. Like, I mean, if you're really sitting down and talking about it, a number of high caliber number one quarterback. I mean, a wide receiver.
Yeah.
I think Debo he was a number one wide receiver, but he did it in a different way.
Yep.
As far as I could take the top off type of guy, I can run an under route, catch me on a slant, I'll hit you with a comeback, a post, a X, all these different twists and turns. Honestly, it's probably Randy Moss. I mean, who else could you possibly say?
That's who? Crabtree?
I think they wanted him to be, but I always felt like he was a 1B.
Right.
I always felt like the Anquan Boldens, like those are B guys to me. Crabtree was drafted as a number one,
yeah,
but he never just full on panned out to be a number one.
Yeah.
I truly believe it would have done him justice if he was with a number one.
Right.
He would have been a top end number two.
Yeah.
And even if you talk to 49er fans, and I could be speaking out of place, 916-339-1140, I think Debo, I think Ayuk, I think Crabtree, I think Anquan Bolden. I'm probably forgetting someone in there, but I think those guys were brought along to kind of play that position. And of course, Debo was their number one, but he just wasn't, I'm going to go 70, I'm going to come under. He didn't have the route tree. He was give it to him, end around. He did things as a number one, but he did it different.
Yeah.
But as full on just wide receiver goes, it's probably Randy Moss.
I wanted to recap the game. We'll do that. But it's 2:26 the day after. And it got me thinking, Jay, listening to you. Is Kyle Shanahan and John Lynch, are they wasting a Super Bowl roster by not going out there and fully addressing the wide receiver needs? I'm talking about a DK Metcalf, Devontae Adams. I don't know, whoever you want to. I'm looking at some of the big names that have been on the move, and I know guys are older, up there in age. But is it malpractice for Shanahan and Lynch not to put a top-tier wide receiver on this Niners team because they got the running back, they got the quarterback, they got the defense? They got the tight end, but you're missing guys on the outside. Is it malpractice for Shanahan and John Lynch not to go out there and grab a number one, a legit number one? I'll answer that question. Plus, we'll take your calls. You can weigh in on that. 916-339-1140. It's the Drive Guys here on Sacktown Sports 1140.
For over 90 years, Hagen Oaks has partnered with the biggest brands in golf to bring cutting-edge technology to your game. Our one-of-a-kind total game fitting offers a level of experience and precision that is unmatched. From driver to putter, footwear to golf balls, our TrackMan-powered performance studios, 3D footwear scanner, and Ping's Ballnamic ball fitting kiosk ensure every piece of your gear is tailored to your swing. Trust the experts at the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop. Total game fitting starts here.
I'm tired of being broken. I'm sick of being hopeless.
Hey, this is Jelly Roll. This National Recovery Month, start your recovery journey. Choose a proven addiction treatment option that's right for you at choosechangec8.org.
Are you thinking about buying a new car? Well, maybe you're on the fence. Let me help you out. Kyle Draper here from Mercedes-Benz of Stockton. From the first time I stepped into the MP of Stockton showroom, I knew I made the right choice. I settled on the all-electric EQS SUV. It's comfortable, stylish, and most importantly, it's safe. Mercedes-Benz has the reputation of making the finest cars in the world. Now it's your turn to experience what I already know. Mercedes-Benz of Stockton is the best car buying experience you'll ever have. It's just a short drive down I-5 or anytime at mbfstockton.com.
With 25 award-winning years in Northern California, Ashton & Price is your local injury law firm. Pro attorney tip: if a firm presents as local but they're in LA, red flag. If your first consultation is not with a lawyer, big red flag. At Ashton & Price, your first consult is with a local attorney, and if serious injury prevents travel, a lawyer will come to you. Still not enough? George Washington's my uncle. At Ashton & Price, no red flags, just red, white, and blue.
Remember, for the best advice, don't think twice. Call Ashton and Price.
With football in the air, fall is almost here. Time to start thinking about the cooler weather ahead and whether your heater will be able to get you through the winter. Our heater fell apart last winter, so who did we call? Lee's Air Plumbing and Heating. We wanted somebody we could trust to do the job right and deliver great value, and Lee's came through. Check them out at leesair.com. Lee's Air Plumbing and Heating has built a reputation as the leading HVAC company in Sacramento. We've got a new HVAC system that works great, saves us money month to month. Find out how they can help you at leesair.com. License number 635355.
Get ready for a night out with Jordan Davis. Country in the Park 2 this Saturday at Cal Expo. Along with special guests Mitchell Tenpenny, Mocash, Vincent Mason, and Avriana. Make it a family day out with food trucks, games, dancing, and more this Saturday at Cal Expo with Proactive Pest Control, Fasteners Inc. Tool Outlet, and Red's Pizzeria and Tap House. Tickets at CITPFest.com.
And local. It's the Drive Guys. Watch the show on youtube.com/Sacktown Sports 1140.
Listen on the Sacktown Sports app.
Back here on the Drive Guys, Sacktown Sports 1140. Drapes and Jay hanging with you till 2 o'clock. Or excuse me, 4 o'clock. Coming up at 4, we get you ready for Chicago Bears, Minnesota Vikings. Monday Night Football right here on Sacktown Sports 1140. It's interesting. Jay's playing this song. Jay, I thought about using this song for one of my reels.
Yeah, because you everywhere, brother.
But then I was listening to the lyrics. I was like,
Oh,
I am all over the world, but I'm not just saying.
Power of editing, brother. Power of editing, man. Power of editing.
I literally thought about it. I was like, I should. But then people might think, oh, Drape's out there, you know, getting his groove on and everything, man. It was a mental health vacation, if you will. That's about it. Enjoyed my time out there, and happy to be back here till 4 o'clock. Kevin Whitey Gleason. If you missed him, he was on the Alan Stiles show today. Stiles still waiting on that baby to come, from what I hear. So Kevin Whitey Gleason filled in on that show 10 to 2. Hit us up 916-339-1140. The question I posed was, is it malpractice for Shanahan and Lynch to have not secured a top-tier wide receiver with this roster? And I understand Ayuk's situation, but Jay, you've said it all along. Ayuk's not a number one.
Nah.
He's a 1B or 2A or whatever, however you want to spin it. Juwan Jennings, probably a good number 3. Ricky Pearsall, maybe a solid number 2, number 3. But when I look at some of the moves other teams have made in recent years regarding the wide receiver position, it pains me if I'm a Niners fan to be like, hold up. And Jay said it. When's the last time you had a blow the top off true number 1? Randy Moss? I'm looking at some of the moves. And Jay, I'm going to run down the list. Tell me if any of these guys you would like to have. And maybe not. Maybe these guys are past their prime. Devontae Adams.
I'd have took him.
I would have taken him too.
And they were in on him.
They were.
From all accounts.
What happened? What?
He chose to not mess with the Niners.
Damn.
I don't know why, but I would say follow the money.
Yeah. They missed out on Devontae.
Yeah,
Devontae in a Niners uniform?
He's still a number 1.
Oh, man.
I truly, and he would have definitely came here and been a number 1.
Yeah, he would have. Oh, he would have been beautiful. Stephon Diggs.
Not for me.
Okay.
I think he's a high-end number 2 now. He's a 2 guy.
Mm-hmm.
But, I mean, there was a time we all can say he had number 1 qualities.
Mm-hmm.
I've never been a full-on Stephon Diggs as being my guy, but I respect what he does. He gets it in. He puts up numbers.
Right.
I mean, why wouldn't I want him?
Right.
But I wouldn't.
Would he have
run
been
him
the
out
number
the
1 on this team?
It depends on what years.
Right.
If we're talking about now, no.
Okay. DK Metcalf.
Come on, man. You better stop playing. DK Metcalf is arguably a top 3 to 5 wide receiver in the
right
league,
now,
depending on who you're talking to. Dude's an animal. Now, he hates the 49ers. But if Richard Sherman can come, then you can come.
Right.
DK Metcalf would have absolutely tore this offense a whole new situation. Because if you put him in the X position on the outside with CMC and George Kittle all on one side plus Juszczyk coming out the backfield, which we saw a huge catch by the Juice yesterday, and you ran CMC on the opposite side with Brandon Ayuk, with Juwan Jennings, with Tricky Ricky P.
Stop. Now you're talking.
Come on, man.
Now you're talking. And the Steelers gave up, a 2nd and a 7th for Metcalf and a 6th.
But you're going to have to, you have to pay him. Makes money.
But that's the thing, Jay. This is what I'm getting at. You have Super Bowl aspirations.
True.
Money be damned, Jay.
You know
you
where I
gotta
come
go
from.
for it, big fella.
And how many times have I sat here, right here, and argued all the capologists who talk about, oh man, but if you spend this, you don't understand the cap. I understand it very well. It's my job to the best of my ability. Now, if you can sit down and understand the NBA cap or the NFL cap, then more power to you.
Right.
Because it's highly confusing in so many different avenues with so many different, exemptions and things that you can utilize. But the basics, the fundamentals, I've continued to talk about. And we see it throughout other places in different leagues. People spending a crazy amount of money to win a championship.
Right.
Even if they getting taxed 80 million, 100 million. The great example is Joe Lacob and the Warriors. They spent $400 million bucks. But you know what they said? And he came out and said it in an interview. I love this. I love being a winner. And all I want to do is win in life. I'm paraphrasing. And guess what? When it's all really said and done, I'm making that back twofold.
Easily.
Because I'm getting the playoffs. I'm getting the merch. I'm getting the tickets. I'm getting the gate. I'm getting everything. In the playoffs.
Right.
Because guess who doesn't get that? The league.
Right. I've never heard an owner say, I trade back this championship.
Come on, man.
For a couple of $100 million.
Come on.
And you bring up Joe Lacob, and I give the Warriors the credit for this. They went all in. Salary cap, tax, first aid, whatever it is. Bringing in Durant, the payroll skyrocketing. But if Joe Lacob doesn't do that, do they have the arena in downtown San Francisco?
No.
You know what I mean?
No.
Do they have the Valkyries now?
No.
Like, so it may cost up front, but the residuals. Come on, you can't tell me. Jed York and the boys. You win a Super Bowl? Come on, man. Come on.
Scared money don't make money.
And so, but we had this discussion last year, right? At the end of last year. We kind of knew they were going to be kind of penny pinching, if you will, you know, not going all in.
And some people believe because they brought in a soccer team. And they spent a lot of money over the last few years. You know, just depends. Depends. But they recouped some money. They sold a percentage of the squad this year.
So when is, because CMC's getting older, Jay.
Oh, yeah. For sure.
When's this Niners Super Bowl window going to be better than it is right now or last year? Like, it's like they're wasting the final years of CMC's career. George Kittle still playing at a high level, coming off, 1,000-yard season, I think it was last season. Now's the time to go all in with this team, right?
Yeah, but I think they have, though. Have they not over the minus
the wide? They've invested in other spots.
They've put money just about anywhere that you possibly could put money. And they didn't, it fell short. But I think if I'm hearing you correctly, and Patrick Willis said this on their new podcast, I think it's called The Grit. Him and Rob Brooks and Dante Whitner, they were having this conversation. Is like, is this window over? And he says, I don't think it's over because just what you said, Draper. You still got CMC, you still have Kittle, you still have Fred Warner, but the window and the opening is razor thin. Everything has to pretty much go right, shake out properly, have to get lucky.
Right.
I would say prior to this year, the last 5 years, and of course they've been up and down within those 5 years, but within the last 5 or 6 years, I have to give the 49ers organization credit. They haven't been cheap, man. They've won out. They got your boy, the grave digger. Didn't pan out. They've paid Bosa. As much as it's kind of felt like a pain in these off seasons. They've read up Kittle. They've read up CMC. They've read up Fred Warner. They've signed Greenlaw a couple times. Like, it's not like they've been cheap. It's not like they haven't invested within this team. I just think it didn't plan out. And that's why I continue to keep on saying a Super Bowl would have made all of this feel better.
Yep.
By not winning a Super Bowl, by not stepping up, by not boxing in Pat Mahomes when you had him boxed in, when he was locked down. And this is the truth. The 49ers have created the legacy of Pat Mahomes if you go back and look at the numbers, man, he was locked down for most of the Super Bowl. And that's why I give your boys love. Is they had them locked down and they said, man, we're not even going to open the door. With the 49ers, they opened the door. And he kicked it in on one drive or two drives, and now it's history. By not winning a Super Bowl, we have these questions now. Because they had a Super Bowl won without a top flight wide receiver. Not once, not twice, but 3 times.
Right.
And lost an NFC championship a few times. We're talking about wide receivers. Come on, Crabtree.
Do you think Shanahan, do you think they don't view that they can make guys into good wide receivers? The system, the quarterback can make wide receiver, because you mentioned it. They paid CMC. They paid Kittle. They paid Bosa.
The juice.
Fred. They paid
Fred, Trent Williams.
Right. They paid.
They've paid a lot of people.
And they did pay Ayuk.
Ayuk Debo got paid.
But why not one of the big names?
Wide receivers?
Yeah. How can, I'm looking at the Cowboys go out, Pickens even.
Yeah. Would have helped. I think it's this. And Whitey talks about this, and other people have come on this show and talked about this. It's a catch-22 with Kyle Shanahan. He's great at what he does. No doubt. Because when you talk to, the Ross Tuckers, and they come on the show, and you guys ask him, man, is Shanahan on a hot seat? What do they all do? They laugh.
Yeah.
Man, you must be out your mind.
Right.
This dude's a top flight coach in the NFL. He's one of the top 6 play callers in the league. If it's not him, it's Sean McVay. If it's not Sean McVay, it's Andy Reid. Like, people laugh at they when you talk about Shanahan not being a head coach for the 49ers. And I've continued to say, I hear what people are saying. And he rubs me the wrong way sometimes too. But minus Robert Saleh or D'Amico Ryans, because they are homebred, who replaces him? Like, who replaces Kyle Shanahan? And people are like, oh, man, that wasn't a downgrade, right? So with that being said, now I set the foundation. Whitey talks about it all the time. It's scheme stubbornness.
Right.
He's stubborn, man. He's the type of dude that says, and someone said, at the end of the day, they still have Purdy from the 209 as their quarterback. Nothing will change until they get a top-tier quarterback. Hey, I can take that. I can receive that. And I can understand that. But there is a but to that. The truth of the matter is Brock Purdy had a Super Bowl won.
Yep. He got you there. And
so I hear what the 209 is talking about, but I also say this: Mark Rippon, Doug Williams, Rob Johnson. There's plenty of examples of no top tier quarterback. We can continue. We can keep going. I'm just saying. I think it's stubbornness when it comes to Shanahan, the 49ers, the scheme. I don't really know. I have no clue, because DK Metcalf would have shut it down.
He would have shut it down.
Man. It's tantalizing.
916-339-1140. Jay, let's take a quick break. Coming up next. It's not all doom and gloom. I don't want to be that dude. I'm going to give you 4 things I saw from the Niners that impressed me. I'll tell you that. What it is next year is the Drive Guys, Sacktown Sports 1140.
Hey everybody, it's Kyle Draper for Bell Brothers Plumbing. That's right, the no surprise guys. Plumbing problems got you down, just ruining your day? Well, ring the bell. Bell Brothers, that is. They offer free plumbing checkups, and you can get $50 off any plumbing fix, whether it's leaks, clogs, upgrades, you name it. Bell Brothers, the no surprise guys. Visit nosurpriseguys.com.
The deals are on now at the model year-end sales event at Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop.
Looking to own or lease? Save on year-end models and drive a brand new Accord or Civic. Visit us today at FolsomLakeHonda.com, your one-stop Honda shop.
As a family-owned and operated dealership since 2009, customer service is our #1 priority. Our customers love doing business with us, and you will too.
Folsom Lake Honda.
Go to FolsomLakeHonda.com.
Your one-stop Honda shop.
So my mother is thinking of switching from Verizon to Pure Talk, but she's worried the deal sounds too good to be true. Michael, she said, how can those Pure Talk people offer me the same basic service as Verizon for so much less money? I said, Mom, go ask Google how much Verizon spends on advertising and promotion. A few seconds later, my mother said, oh my goodness, $12 billion a year? That must be a typo. I'll tell you what I told my mom. It's not a typo. Verizon spends $12 billion a year on advertising and promotion, and their customers are paying for it. Well, Pure Talk doesn't spend that kind of money on commercials. Trust me, I would know. Consequently, they can offer you and my mother unlimited talk, text, and plenty of data on a blazing fast 5G network for just $25 a month. Dial pound 250 and say the words Mike Rowe, and you'll get an additional 50% off your first month. That's pound 250 Mike Rowe. Pure Talk, everything you need and nothing you don't.
When you stay in your home, what you love gets to stay too. From the gardens that grow wild to the grandkids that run wilder. From the Friday night baseball games to the Sunday morning brunches. Even the daily crosswords and weekly book clubs. There's room for it all with help from Home Instead, the largest in-home senior care network with over 30 years of trusted experience delivering the peace of mind you deserve. Visit Home Instead online for a better what's next.
Hi, I'm Chef Franklin Becker. You know the jingle. Now discover the facts about Ozempic, a GLP-1. There's only one FDA-approved Ozempic made by Novo Nordisk. Learn about the real thing.
Talk to your healthcare professional today. Call 1-833-OZEMPIC or visit Ozempic.com to view the medication guide and to learn more about Ozempic. Semaglutide injection 0.5, 1, and 2 milligrams.
Carmichael Dave here for my friends at American Energy Heating and Air. Yes, I always tell you they are a family-owned operation, been in business since 81, A-plus Better Business Bureau, but it is hot. We are in those Sacramento hot months. I want to focus on them being your second opinion partner. What does that mean? Maybe you've got somebody you're working with or you've worked with in the past in the HVAC world. Guess what? They want to give you a second opinion. How much does it cost? Nothing. You call them up and say, hey, can I get a second opinion on this deal? They come out and they either say, wow, that's a great deal, you should feel better about that. Or they say, we can beat that price. And usually they're going to beat it by a lot. Guess what? You just saved money and it didn't cost you anything to find out. It's a no-lose situation. Go with a trusted company. American Energy, 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990 or AmericanEnergyAir.com. Jingle Singers, take it away.
Call 916-520-9990 now.
Get ready for a night out with Jordan Davis. Country in the Park 2 this Saturday at Cal Expo. Along with special guests Mitchell Tenpenny, Low Cash, Vincent Mason, and Abriana. Make it a family day out with food trucks, games, dancing, and more. This Saturday at Cal Expo with Proactive Pest Control, Fasteners Inc. Tool Outlet, and Red's Pizzeria and Tap House. Tickets at CITPFest.com.
Fall is coming, and Sacramento Rivercats baseball has you covered. On Friday, September 19th, the first 2,500 fans at Sutter Health Park will score a free San Francisco Giants puffer vest, your last chance at a giveaway this season. Grab your tickets at rivercats.com.
Down to 45 seconds, and it's second down and 5 at the 49ers 9. Again, shotgun. Again, Darnold looks. Darnold, the ball came out, and Bosa falls on it. Was that a pass or is it a fumble? Might have been an empty hand, and the ruling is 49ers football.
Bosa time. What did we say? Bosa time. Holy smokes.
The Drive Guys powering your afternoons Monday through Friday on Sacktown Sports.
Drapes and Jay here. It's the Drive Guys, Sacktown Sports 1140, coming to you on a Monday after a Niners win. Same song. Went over to Seahawks, huh, Jay? Seemed like they own them, Seattle.
Man, come on, man. Them little pigeons up there. No,
what happened to the 13th man up there and all that?
Yeah, that thing is overplayed, overrated. Hey, Mariner fans up there, they're not even rooting for the Seahawks no more. No, it's all good. You know I had to get it in. I haven't hit all my Seahawks people yet because I've been busy last couple of weeks and definitely been busy this past weekend. But yeah, you know I'm firing off on my Seahawks. I got to catch Coach Christie. I still ain't got him yet.
Come on, Jay.
Jamal Crawford. I still ain't hit him. I don't give a flying. You know what?
916-339-1140. Talking about that Niners win yesterday, and you know it wasn't pretty, but they got it. They made the plays when it mattered the most. And before the break, Jay, I talked about it wasn't all bad. The things I saw from the Niners that were encouraging to me, I said I got 4 things. No list, no order, anything like that. It's just off the top of my head, basically. Number 1, I got to give Tricky Ricky P some credit.
Okay.
I'm going to give Tricky Ricky P some credit.
Let's get to
First half, 2 catches, 30 yards. Solid. Now, you know, nothing wrong with that. But second half, 2 catches, 78 yards, I think it was. Some of those routes he ran in that second half, the double moves.
Yes, sir.
Impressive. If he can do that, That's what the Niners need. Tricky Ricky P to be more than a 10-yard receiver. He needs to be that 20 to 30-yard kind of guy. The slant, the outs or whatever they call it, the double moves, the post routes. Yeah. Like his route running, that's tough to stop, Jay. That was tough to stop yesterday.
I think he was brought in the form of being a deep threat, middle range threat, 25 to 40 type guy. But, a lot of people have talked about his prowess of being able to go across the middle and grab a pass because that's what he did in college.
Yeah.
But I think his scouting report, if you sit down and you look at it and you study it, most people believe he has not take the top off type ability, but expand the defense capability. And I think that's the one thing that people talk about when you scout Kyle Shanahan is he is the type of schemer that he puts pressure on 2, 3, 4 different areas of your defense at all points and times. And that's why the Brandon Ayuk, I think, works. I think that's why the Deebo Samuel kind of came into play with Shanahan. That's his type of scheme. That's his type of player. Tricky Ricky P is the type of guy, and this, I truly believe they went out and got him in the form of they believe Ayuk is going to be the 20 and in guy, and Tricky Ricky P will be the 25 to 40 guy. Okay. They've tried to get the Grays of the world, Josh Grays, guys like that. Jacob Cowing's kind of built in that. You just can't stay healthy.
Shout out to Tricky Ricky P. I thought he played well, especially late. And give the Niners credit. Fourth quarter, both sides of the ball needing to make plays. They did just that. Which brings me to my next positive. Who the hell is Jake Tonges? Tonges.
Yeah.
Jay, I have not heard anybody mention his name at all on the Niners roster before yesterday.
Really?
Maybe I've been
on vacay.
I've been on vacay. Were people talking about him leading in?
They were talking about, remember, some people, maybe you don't remember, but people listening, they wanted to keep him around. They did not want to cut him.
Okay.
They did not want to allow him to get to the waiver wire. They didn't want nobody to sneak up and snake him out. So he's been someone that the 49ers have been looking to keep. There's the Matt Mayokos, the Matt Barrows, the Rod Brooks, the Dante Whitners, the Cam Inmans, all of those guys, the 49ers, Grant Combs, they've had their eye on it. They know, the squad has looked to keep them around. But, man, I didn't see that last drive coming.
Dude, he made plays. And the thing about it, it wasn't like he was just wide open, pitch and catch or anything like that. That touchdown at the end, he went and got the ball.
Yeah.
He made the adjustment and went and got the ball.
How about the catch that was about 2 feet off the ground?
Yes.
Coming back on that. And this is the other part. Jake Tonges he went to Cal.
Oh, Lord.
So he's local. Yeah, he's from the Bay Area too. So, he's, even though he jumped over there with the Bears, but he's got some local flavor to it.
Yeah. Shout out to him, man. So I thought he was fantastic. I got to give some love to the defense. And you tell me, how much of what we saw yesterday was Robert Saleh? Or do we got to give Lenore credit, D. Winters credit, Bosa for making a key strip sack, fumble recovery? Or was it Saleh? When you watch that Niners D, how much of it was scheme or were guys actually out there making plays defensively?
I'll give the
D. Winters was all over the place. Yes.
I'd give the player 75 to 85%.
Yeah.
75 to 80%.
Yeah.
And Saleh being able, like the last, the last play which we just played, which was Nick Bosa pushing the right tackle into the quarterback, Sam Darnold, and coming away with the fumble, which I did not know. When you push a offensive player into the quarterback and they fumble, you get the strip sack, the strip sack, and the fumble.
And the fumble, yeah.
I'm like, what?
Yeah, you get it all.
You get it all. So I think him That was a basic set, 4-man rush, over 2 cover. Salah definitely brings something to it, but you know how it is, Drapes. There's a reason why there are motivational speakers. There's a reason why there are the Jim Harbaughs, the Robert Salahs. There is a certain type of motivational coach. And whatever it is, you just get a little extra out of these guys, a little juice out of these guys. And so, but D Winters, I thought Marcus Siegel played fantastic. A lot of people were talking about Upton Stout. I didn't see him like everybody said. That if he played fantastic, that's on him. I mean, excuse me, that's kudos to him. I didn't see all the fantastic things that people were, man, he was here and he was there. For whatever reason, I watched the game twice. I watched it this morning too. I didn't see it. It wasn't like he did anything bad, but as you said, he didn't stand out. D Winters was everywhere.
Making plays.
Everywhere.
Couple tackles for losses.
And Marcus Siegel was everywhere.
Yep. And I got to give CMC, and I know the average per carry isn't jumping. I think it was like 3.6. But that dude was a workhorse yesterday. Catching the ball, running the ball. He had 31 touches. 31. He was targeted, 10 times, I think it was? Caught 9 of them? Like
9 for 73.
9 for 73. This dude, he's a Hall of Famer, right?
Ooh, that's
I don't know. Maybe the injuries hurt him. But at his best, come on, man. CMC, I got to give him some love. We'll talk more about him coming up in just a little bit. But Niners fans, it wasn't all good. We got to talk about Jake Moody.
You got your 4 bads too?
No, I got like 8 bads here. And Richard Sherman agrees with me. You'll hear from Richard Sherman. Plus, we'll talk about what the Niners need to improve on here. It's the Drive Guys, Sacktown Sports, 1140.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Capital Casino, Sacramento's #1 poker room with primetime football. It's back. Capital Casino is giving away $500 per game in high-hand bonuses for every Sunday, Monday, and Thursday night primetime game. Offering the best food, best service, and the best action with the most variety of games in the region and conveniently located at 411 North 16th Street in downtown Sacramento. For more information, log on to capital-casino.com and please gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER.
I can't believe how spotless my floors look after using the Swiffer Power Mop. No more dragging around a heavy mop and messy bucket. Now I get the same deep clean without all the work. Thanks to the powerful solution and scrubbing pad of the Swiffer Power Mop, dirt and grime don't stand a chance, and I don't break a sweat. Mic drop. Mop drop.
Swiffer Power Mop. Swiffer Power Mop.
A smarter way to mop. Try it or your money back.
Febreze. It's a classic odor tale. You fried fish for dinner, cleaned up, but the smell is still in the house. And the neighbors are coming over for game night. They're on their way. And then you spray Febreze Air Mist. Febreze Air starts working instantly to fight even your toughest odors, so you go from fish to fresh like that. Now, all you have to worry about is Pam cheating at charades.
Breathe happy, Febreze, la 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 la.
For 25 award-winning years in Northern California, Ashton & Price is your local injury law firm. Pro attorney tip: if a firm presents as local, but they're in LA, red flag. If your first consultation is not with a lawyer, big red flag. At Ashton & Price, your first consult is with a local attorney, and if serious injury prevents travel, a lawyer will come to you. Still not enough? George Washington's my uncle. At Ashton & Price, no red flags, just red, white, and blue.
Remember, for the best advice, don't think twice. Call Ashton & Price.
Golf to Go is brought to you by the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop. Here's Frank LaRosa.
Golf.com's Josh Sens offers 5 common golf course maintenance mistakes and tips to correct them. You've hit the green, and to fix your divot, you jam your tool underneath the ball mark and lift the soil. But the right way is to circle the edges of the mark with your tool gently pulling the turf toward the center. Second, when fixing divots in the fairway, fill it with sand until it's level with surrounding turf, and gently smooth it with your foot. Third, when the course imposes the 90-degree rule, it means to stay on the cart path until you can turn at a right angle to your ball, minimizing wear and tear on the turf. 4, when you're driving on the course, proceed at a modest pace and avoid staked and roped-off areas. Avoid sharp turns, wet turf, bunker edges, tees, and greens. The superintendent will applaud you. 5, in a bunker, rake the sand smoothly and exit as you entered from the low side. Tap the sand from your shoes and leave it as if you weren't there. And now that you know, make sure your foursome knows as well. That's your Golf to Go. I'm Frank LaRosa.
KHD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento. From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
This is Sacktown Sports 1140.
I'm going to have to ask her. Hold on. Let me ask her real fast. We have to put her on air. You want to put her on air?
Is she okay with that?
I don't care if she okay or not. Let me call her. We'll see.
All right, yeah.
I'm going to call her. Yeah. Since she want to call me and fire it up, I'm going to put her on air. We'll see real fast.
Put her on blast right here.
We'll do it at the end of the hour.
We're going to get Mrs. J coming up here in a minute. But 916-339-1140, continuing to talk about that Niners win yesterday over the Seattle Seahawks to go to 1-0 on the season. We started off talking about the good, I guess, 17-13, your final score. Gave some love to CMC, but I got to talk about the bad. You know me, Niners fans, I'm going to give you the good and the bad. Let's start with Trent Williams.
Ooh.
Gave up 6 pressures yesterday, Jay, and I got to thinking, it's just a veteran sort of gearing up, hasn't hit his stride yet? Or is Trent Williams now old? Is he past his prime? We got to find out. We don't know yet. But for him to be your weakest link on the line, that's unheard of. This is a Hall of Famer. Arguably the best tackle in the game. And he gave up 6 pressures yesterday. I understand Seattle's defense is good. Defensive line is good. But Trent Williams getting abused like that, I did not have that on my bingo. That's the one position on the line where you're like, all right, we're good, Jay. But Purdy was under duress 6 times because of Trent Williams.
Yeah, it was a little eye-opening. He got banged up somewhere along the line. Remember, it was at the end of a series, I believe it was in the second quarter. Got banged up, walked off, went to the tent, came back and played. But yeah, he was getting worked, man. He was definitely getting worked. But I'll say this. the Seattle defensive line and the Seattle defense, they're the truth. And, greats get beat too. We'll see as we move further along the season. But yeah, I'm with you. He was getting beat at the top a few times.
Yeah. That was shocking to me, seeing Trent Williams get beat. Another of the bad, the injuries. I mean, Jay, ever since I started working with you here, that's something you've been talking about.
Yeah, here we go.
It's always something with the Niners and their injuries. Kittle goes out. Juwan Jennings has a shoulder. He's out. This team can't afford it. I'm sorry. They can't afford it. You already got Ayuk shelved, and we know Jennings was battling something coming into the game. Wasn't 100%. But losing Kittle, too? And then what? They both are scheduled to have MRIs today. We haven't heard the latest on that, the results of the MRI. I'm probably more worried about Kittle with a hamstring. You know what I mean? Because that's not something that, you wake up tomorrow and it's better. And usually those kind of things, the more you use it, the worse it gets. It doesn't get better. Is this something that could shelve him 2 or 3 games? We'll have to wait and see on the MRI.
Could be.
It could be, right? It could be. And so just coming out of that game banged up the way they did, losing 2 key pieces, talking about Kittle and Juwan Jennings, that was tough to see.
Yeah.
Right from the jump, the first game. And like you said, Kittle looked great early.
Yeah.
He looked fantastic early on. 4 catches in that first quarter or whatever before the injury? And so seeing that's a bad. I actually thought Brock Purdy was a negative to me.
Really?
If I was handing out grades, I give him a C+.
I'm about right there.
You about right
I would
there?
have said a B-.
Okay. Because the 2 picks, obviously, the second one, come on.
That was ridiculous.
Dude, throwing into triple coverage, basically.
One, that's Jimmy G-ish.
Right. And that's what some people said online, too. But even the final throw, the one to Tonjes, to me, that's in coverage. That's throwing it up there, 2 or 3 guys right there, Jay.
Agreed.
He got lucky on that one, big fella.
Man, so does everybody else.
Come on, Jay.
See, that's the problem. And it is we look at the form of, and no one gets lucky. Pat Mahomes don't get lucky. Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, Joe Burrow, like all these guys don't get lucky. But because it's Brock Purdy and he got lucky, it's Brock Purdy, and here we go. Well, couple things. They would never say it, but I think if you look at the way the game was going, they didn't want to put it on Jake Moody's foot.
We want to talk about him, yeah.
The second part of it, too, becomes, I think he probably had a conversation with Shanahan and whoever else he needed to have a conversation, and they probably said, look, on 3rd down, throw it up, figure it out. I'd rather go out swinging than, as we see Moody miss a 27-yard field goal, hit the upright. Take a shot, take an opportunity. Now, I will say this. If he throws a pick, then we're having a different discussion.
We having it.
Yeah, but Drapes, come on, man. Quarterbacks do that all the time. Like, what? How is it we have some of the greatest catches, but because it was Pat Mahomes or because it was Josh Allen, because it was Joe Burrow, the golden boy, Justin Herbert, no one's leaning on, it was lucky. Now, of course, it's 49er Station. We talk about the 49ers. We break down those games. But it happens every single week, champ.
But Jay, and I hear you. Mahomes gets lucky. Josh Allen
all
gets
the time.
Lucky, all the time.
All the time.
And can I say that about Brock Purdy? He got lucky. He got lucky.
But don't lean on it, though.
Don't what about me? Don't give me whataboutism, Jay.
Dude, you about to lean on it. See, people leaning on the fact.
But what about Josh Allen? What about Jalen Hurts? What about Patrick? I'm not talking about them.
Okay.
I'm talking about what I saw from Brock. Brock Purdy, he had 2 picks.
Yep.
Honestly, he should have had 2 more.
Oh,
I thought the Seattle defense turtled.
Come on.
The Seattle defense turtled a couple of times late in that game. First of all, in that touchdown pass. And then it was another one to Tonjes, I think it was earlier, where the defender, or it might have been, no, it was to Ricky Pearsall. He was in position, but wasn't playing the ball.
Tariq Woolen?
Yeah, remember that one?
Yeah.
Dog.
You talking about on the double move.
The double move, but
so because he got beat,
he got tripped up out there. Dog.
Tripped up? No, he just got worked on the sideline. It happens every game to all other NFL teams. So why is it Brock Purdy is being held to a different standard because he put the ball where it needed to be and Tariq Woolen misplayed the ball?
If I did sports talk radio in Kansas City,
come on,
I'd be saying the same thing about Pat Mahomes. Let's call it with it.
You would say that.
I would say that because I'm that guy. That's who
right.
I am.
You would say that.
But because the problem is when I go on social media and I'm seeing people give Purdy an A, a B plus.
Who's saying that?
It's just randoms on social media.
Or are we talking about?
You get people in the timeline that just for some reason
are they
getting aggregated.
fans?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah, okay. But I'm trying to bring fans, give them a dose of reality.
I understand.
Like Purdy he looked good on the last drive. He looked good on the last.
Yeah, put the ball where he needed to be.
Those throws to tricky Ricky P were on the money.
Yes, and on time.
On time.
Yep.
Yeah, he put them in great spots. But is he too much of a risk taker at times? Is he a little careless? He's not Pat Mahomes. He's not
so many other guys.
He's not them though. You can
don't
live
know
with
that
it
yet.
because that's Pat Mahomes.
We don't know that yet.
Mahomes has earned that. Josh Allen has earned. Brett Favre back in the day.
Josh Allen ain't won nothing.
Come on, man. I saw Josh Allen last night.
But he ain't win nothing. What has he won for him to deserve that Brock Purdy hasn't yet? Both of these dudes are high-paid quarterbacks. Both of these guys have goals and aspirations that have been placed on their shoulders to lead their team to victories. When it's all said and done, like you said during the crossover, the fact of the matter is this. Brock Purdy walked away with a W. Lamar Jackson played fantastic. People aren't talking about how he played. They're talking about the fact that they, as you said, turtled. Mm-hmm. They lost. Josh Allen was getting blew out by 20 points at a point in time. We ain't talking about that, though. We're talking about they came back. He led the team on a final drive to make it make sense. And that's what we're talking about. Why is it that Brock Purdy is consistently, not just this week, not just by you, I'm just saying consistently, always being put under the microscope of if he does anything right, oh yeah, but I don't, man, but it's like consistently. Can we at least give you this? I mean, can I at least get this from Brock? If he doesn't scramble, if he doesn't put himself in that position to even make the throw, he could have threw the ball out of bounds. He could have threw the ball to the right. He could have threw it short like he did others. He made the play when it needed to be made. Why can't we talk about that versus Brock Purdy did this
because Jay
and Brock Purdy did that.
The scramble to buy time was excellent.
Okay, thank you. Let's start here. Thank you. I'll take that.
The pocket presence, awareness, if you will,
right,
was on point.
Okay.
I'm not going to diss that. But I guess when I watched that game last night, and I'm not watching the Chiefs games like that. I'm not watching Buffalo week in and week out.
I understand.
I'm just watching the Niners. And we already have gone on record. I'm an Eagles fan.
Sure.
And so I see it a little bit with the little green colored glasses. I thought the Seahawks played an excellent game until it mattered the most. And give the Niners credit because they raised their level of play.
See, here we go, Drake.
I'm saying, Jay,
here we go, Drake.
It should have been my boy Burt Bundy on the YouTube. I thought that touchdown was going to be an interception for sure.
Okay.
It should have been, Jay.
But it wasn't.
Play the damn ball. The ball's coming. You drifting left. Come on, man.
Guess what? Solid throw by Brock Purdy.
That was not a solid throw, Jay.
Great play by Jake Tonjes.
That throw looked like a Hail Mary almost. Up grab.
And this is what I'm talking about. Hail Marys have been part of the game for decades, centuries, a century. And they weren't throwing the ball a lot in the early 1900s. But you get what I'm saying. A long time. People, man, nobody remembers the luckiness of Michael Westbrook catching the ball against Michigan. It's Michael Westbrook caught the ball, Cordell threw it up, and we won. That's part of the game. That's it. And we know it's lucky. We know it's a lucky catch. What about Nebraska against Missouri, kicking off the foot up in the air? Don't nobody remember a lot of other stuff. It's lucky, but it happened, and that's part of the game. To win a Super Bowl, you would agree that it takes skill and luck.
You got to have some luck, no doubt.
No doubt about it. But it was one of those things he got lucky on.
Jay,
but he also went 5 for 5 prior to that. He also hit Tonjes 3 times, hit CMC twice. He also scrambled and gambled to get to that point. Mm-hmm. Jimmy G probably would have got sacked on the left side.
Why you think I gave him a C+? I gave him a plus, Jay. You said B-, I said C+. All
right.
That's
cool.
But this is where, because I'm looking at this guy on social media, Chase Sr. I don't know if you recognize that.
Yeah, I've seen.
I don't know if he's legit or not. I don't know. Look, Brock Purdy to Jake Tonjes shakes hands with Joe Montana to Dwight Clark. This is the Joe Montana threw open Dwight Clark, who made a hell of a catch. Brock Purdy heaved it up for grabs, and Tonjes made Brock Purdy look good on that play. Let's call it what it is. That was a gamble by Brock Purdy that paid off. Shout out to Jake Tonjes for making the play. When Jay asked, how come we don't hear this about Pat Mahomes? Because
what, man? Because he's Pat Mahomes.
Brock
he wasn't
Purdy
drafted
to Jake Tonjes shakes hands. Joe Montana to Dwight Clark.
All right.
You can't put those two. Joe Montana threw it to where only Dwight Clark.
Who also threw 3 picks that game, by the way.
But
the great Joe Montana.
But we know how clutch Joe is. Come on now.
So Purdy throws 2 picks and he comes up clutch, baby.
Nah, Tonjes
Tell
made
the
the play.
story.
That was
Tell
more
the story.
Tonjes than Purdy. Can I get that?
60-40. 60-40. 60-40. 60-40.
Jay.
60-40.
You're killing me, man.
60-40, champ.
Let's go. I'm going to go to the phone lines, man. 916-339-1140. Brian, you're on with Drapes and Jay.
Good afternoon, guys.
What's up, man?
I wanted to call in. I heard Jay mention that Missouri-Nebraska game from 27 or whatever years ago. I was actually at that game. I never hear anyone talk about it anymore, so I thought I'd call and just say hello. I didn't know, if you guys had any questions or what you wanted, if you wanted to even talk about it.
Do you remember anything else?
I mentioned it, so I had to say something.
Brian, you remember anything else about that game?
Oh, well, what part? I've never been to a college game before. I went to it with a friend. I was living in Kansas City for just a couple years. I got there hours before the game. We were there hours afterwards. I wasn't really a fan of either team, but I went with a guy who had gone to school at Mizzou, and we bought tickets in the parking lot, but we wound up sitting in the Nebraska area of the stadium.
Wow.
On the opposite side of the stadium that all piled down into the, we were actually trying to get out into the aisle so that we could run down and join everybody. But it was just so congested. It was on the other side of the field from where that happened.
Lucky play. 96 year. That was the year they split the national championship with Michigan, if I'm on point with it. But yeah,
absolutely,
those things happen. It happens.
Yeah. And no one in the crowd, no one knew it. It looked like it had hit the ground. And so everyone, it was supposed to be a blowout. Nebraska was supposed to wipe the field with them that day. And they toe-to-toe the entire game. Nebraska scored, Mizzou scored. Nebraska scored. It was just back and forth. It was fantastic. I just get chills thinking about it. just bringing it up again.
Shout out for the call, Brian. Weighing in 916-339-1140. You can weigh in as well. Brock Purdy getting it done. I'm looking at Ryan Clark on X, giving Brock Purdy some praise, saying Brock Purdy, unfreaking believable.
Talk to him,
and
Ryan.
I'm like,
dude, he made the play. You know what it is, Drapes? And this is the thing. And I'm keeping it as real as possible.
Keep it real.
When it comes to this, the throw was not the best part of the play. It was the fact that he got to that. And that, I think, needs to, we need to give him a pat on the back. There are a lot of quarterbacks who don't get to that point. He scanned. He looked. Man, come on now.
I ain't say that.
But you dropped back.
Because
I saw you, man.
That's quarterback 101 in today's game.
Which is
this
what?
Ain't 1985.
Scrambling
This
gamble?
ain't Troy Aikman, a statue in the back anymore. Dog, I'm watching Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson last night playing Tecmo Bowl out there, looking like Thurman Thomas and Tecmo Bowl, weaving through guys. Brock Purdy did nice pocket awareness. Bought some time.
Yeah, he broke out of the pocket to the top and the bottom, left and the right.
That should be basic for a quarterback in today's game.
Though. I mean, okay, if that's the case, then shouts out to the Bryce Youngs of the world. C.J. Stroud looked like garbage yesterday. There's plenty of quarterbacks.
I even thought Sam Darnold
didn't look good.
I
sure didn't.
I thought, honestly, that the Seahawks were scared to take the handcuffs off Sam Darnold.
Well, hey, listen, when you playing against absolute animals in the defense, it's hard to not be uncaged.
916.
You don't want to step outside.
Why are we praising Purdy for doing the fundamentals correctly? That's from the 916, Jay. That's not me.
Who's praising him by doing the fundamentals? I'm defending him. This time I'm actually defending him. I'm not praising the fact that he threw a up for grabs ball. What I'm saying is Drapes is putting me in the position to have to defend that. I'm saying there's other quarterbacks in this league that wouldn't have even got to that point of the play. And let me tell you, the last few quarterbacks for the 49ers probably wouldn't have got to that point. Yeah.
Campio.
But also, if that's the case, hold on now. Wait a minute. Because we praise guys all the time for doing stuff like that.
No, it was good. But here's the
problem. Letter finds over people all the time for scrambling and throwing a ball up for quarterback. It's top 10 plays of the week, top 10 plays of the day. What are you talking about?
I can see already how this play.
Fans a Raider.
I can see already how this play is going to morph into one of the greatest plays in Niners history.
If they win a championship.
Come on, bro.
If they win a championship.
As Campio says, Purdy actually threw 2 passes on that drive that should have been picked by the defensive backs.
And what was the second one?
The second one was on the sideline on that
was
tricky
a dime, baby.
Come on.
A dime.
The defensive back misplayed the ball.
That was a dime. It mean he wasn't even a foot close to Tricky Ricky P. Campio, step back. Stop all that. See, the difference of it is this. And I see people calling, but I gotta light some folks up.
All right, go ahead.
Y'all on some whole other.
916-339.
This dude can't get a fair shake. And it's the truth.
Jay.
No, listen, though. Real talk. Brock Purdy, he does anything. I get it. I understand, Drapes, especially if you're not a fan of the 49ers. I'm a 49er faithful, and I'm not going to sit up here and talk to you. Now, it could be others. Chase Sr. could be telling you something. Maybe we get him on the show. He can defend his statement. What I'm saying to you is this. Yeah, it's Disney movie type stuff when it comes to Brock Purdy for some people. I'm not denying that. Not at all. There's a lot of people, as you talk about, the faithfuls that got the underoos on, the Speedos, and this dude is the greatest ever. I'm not saying that. But I'm also saying when something goes wrong with Brock Purdy, it's, I told you. Brock Purdy can't do this. He can't do that. But damn, what I'm also saying, there is a middle ground, is there not? There's not a lot of people that want to talk about Brock Purdy where it's like, dude is above average quarterback.
Because this is the issue with Brock Purdy's discussion, talking about him. Because when he does the slightest good, you got those underoos, card carrying Niner bang bang. Look at this guy. See, I told you he's great. And then when he does something bad, there's no middle ground. Like you said,
there's not.
It's like you either's great or he's garbage or lucky or whatever it may be.
Agreed.
The system quarterback. if you will.
And I think it's both ends of the spectrum are fighting so hard that we feel like, we live day to day. We live week to week. It's he's the greatest or he's the worst. In reality, he's in the middle. He's an above average quarterback. I'm not sitting up here coming to you and saying Brock Purdy is a top 5 guy. I ain't never said that.
It was a nice play.
It was a good play. And it won.
Compio, a dime. Stop, JJ. Take off your 49ers sunglasses.
Stop. Man, Compio, man, stop that. A dime to Tricky Ricky P. That wasn't a dime. He didn't put that over the top. He didn't spot that right on the hashes. He could have threw that out of bounds. People do it every single time. Man, y'all got to stop it.
It was 6-3. It's week 1. We can't be doing this 16 more games, right?
Brock Purdy is going to either get tore down or he's going to get raised to the pedestal.
Right.
I completely understand.
And then I'm watching Toyota commercials with this dude, too.
Now you becoming a hater. He was a hater of Brock P there. I see it.
All right, 916-339-1140. We'll continue that conversation. We'll take your phone calls as well. Plus, is there a Jake Moody problem when it comes to the San Francisco 49ers? And why the hell is not Kyle Shanahan fixing it? We'll talk about that next here on Sacktown Sports 1140.
I love a day on the water with friends, but my moderate to severe plaque psoriasis sometimes holds me back. Now I'm all in with clearer skin thanks to Skyrizi. Risankizumab Riza, a prescription-only 150 milligram injection for adults who are candidates for systemic or phototherapy.
Teaching music is my passion, but my active psoriatic arthritis can limit me at times. Now I'm treating my joint symptoms with Skyrizi.
With Skyrizi, most people with plaque psoriasis saw 90% clearer skin at 4 months.
Or if you are an adult with active psoriatic arthritis, Skyrizi helps you move with less joint pain, stiffness, swelling, and fatigue.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines.
There's nothing like clearer skin.
There's nothing like better movement, and that means everything. Ask your doctor about Skyrizi. Visit Skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKY-RIZZI to learn more.
Get ready for a night out with Jordan Davis. Country in the Part 2 this Saturday at Cal Expo. Along with special guests Mitchell Tenpenny, Locash, Vincent Mason, and Abriana. Make it a family day out with food trucks, games, dancing, and more. This Saturday at Cal Expo with Proactive Pest Control, Fasteners Inc. Tool Outlet, and Red's Pizzeria and Tap House. Tickets at CITPfest.com.
With football in the air, fall is almost here. Time to start thinking about the cooler weather ahead and whether your heater will be able to get you through the winter. Our heater fell apart last winter, so who did we call? Lee's Air Plumbing and Heating. We wanted somebody we could trust to do the job right and deliver great value, and Lee's came through. Check them out at leesair.com. Lee's Air Plumbing and Heating has built a reputation as the leading HVAC company in Sacramento. We've got a new HVAC system that works great, saves us money month to month. Find out how they can help you at leesair.com. License number 635355.
Hello, Sacramento. I'm Emran Pilati, owner of True Sports Cards and Collectible Store here in Rockland, California, and the host of the True Sports Cards Show that airs right here on Sacktown Sports 1140 every Saturday from 10 to 11 a.m., where we discuss the latest trends, hottest products, and deliver exclusive interviews with other industry leaders. And don't forget to visit our shop, True Sports Cards, at 6661 Stanford Ranch Road in Rockland and see what we have for all your sports card and memorabilia needs.
Carmichael Dave here for my friends at American Energy Heating and Air. Yes, I always tell you they are a family-owned operation, been in business since 81, A-plus Better Business Bureau, but it is hot. We are in those Sacramento hot months. I want to focus on them being your second opinion partner. What does that mean? Maybe you've got somebody you're working with or you've worked with in the past in the HVAC world. Guess what? They want to give you a second opinion. How much does it cost? Nothing. You call them up and say, hey, can I get a second opinion on this deal? They come out and they either say, wow, that's a great deal, you should feel better about that. Or they say, we can beat that price. And usually they're going to beat it by a lot. Guess what? You just saved money and it didn't cost you anything to find out. It's a no-lose situation. Go with a trusted company. American Energy, 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990 or AmericanEnergyAir.com. Jingle Singers, take it away.
Call 916-520-9990. $99.90 now.
Afternoon home for Kings Talk and so much more. The Drive Guys on Sacktown Sports.
Final half hour here. Drapes and Jay, the Drive Guys, Sacktown Sports, 1140, coming up at the top of the hour, right here on Sacktown Sports. Get you ready for Monday Night Football. Justin Jefferson and the Vikings taking on my guy, Caleb Williams, and the Chicago Bears. Interesting, Jay, flying back from Australia yesterday. Get off the plane, go to baggage claim, and I see this dude, and nobody's talking to him. And I'm like, that's who I think it is? It was Dyson Daniels.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Most improved player, steals leader. He's from Australia, coming back. Had to take a selfie with him. I'll post it on social coming up in a little bit. It's like, Dyson, what's up, my guy? You know, chop
First
it up.
team all D this year?
Yeah.
Or second team?
Was he first team? He was most improved and runner-up on Defensive Player of the Year, I thought.
I think so.
So I think he was first team, but he's headed back to Atlanta, actually, to get ready for the season, but he is flying back from Australia. So got to holler at him, told him we'll see him twice this year when the Kings take on the Hawks.
First team
all defense.
Yeah. He was balling.
He was balling, man. He led the league in steals, was most improved player. And think about it, man. He goes from New Orleans, where he's solid, but then blossoms in Atlanta. Blossoms. 916-339-1140. On the text line, Trey says, people hate on Purdy because he doesn't throw like Josh, run it like Lamar, or he's not built like Cam. But at the end of the day, as the dude when he got all his skill players playing at their best. He's the dude. I ain't even going to go there, Jay. I'm done, big fella.
Just today. You're only done for today.
Right. I'm done for the day. But we're going to get to the Jake Moody conversation coming up in a minute. Should I get to the phone lines?
Sure.
Welcome in Joseph on line one. What's up, Joseph? You're on with Drapes and Jay.
Hey, great to have you here. First-time caller, diehard Niner fan.
Okay.
And we got a lot of problems. Niners got all the problems. But what they don't have is that they don't have no Purdy problem. He's not the problem. Like I was telling your man there, 57% of the snaps, he was pressured yesterday. The most in his career. How many times he get sacked? One time. And I don't know if you want to put that on the offensive line or on Purdy, but you know what? He can move. He was perfect in the fourth quarter as well. Jake Moody, we got a big Moody problem. Go ahead and get rid of that guy. I don't know how he even has a locker today. When I'm watching the Bills last night, they got a kicker. They pick up off the street, kick 3 field goals, the highest pressure kick of the year of his life, and nails him. So I'm thinking I'm going to go down there and try out myself.
No, you should. You should.
And you're welcome to the show anytime, Joe. You're a faithful brother. Don't let Drapes ever talk you and not call him.
Joseph, he can always. Come on, man.
Born and raised in the sucker free, so I can't
That's
go
what
anywhere.
I'm talking about.
All right, appreciate the call, Joseph. That's the thing, Niners fans. I may be a hater, but I'm ready for the smoke. You guys can call anytime, 916-339-1140. But Joseph brought it up, and we got to talk about it, Jay. Jake Moody. It's not just me. It's not just social media. It's guys in the know, former players who say Jake Moody has to go. Missed one field goal, had another blocked, altered the decision-making, the play calling down the stretch for the Niners. And yet Kyle Shanahan is sticking by the dude, double downing on the dude. Richard Sherman, former Niners great. He even weighed in saying Jake Moody has to go. Listen to this.
Your thoughts on Jake Moody, because I know the 49ers fan base is wondering when enough is going to be enough.
This has to be it, Mitchell.
Yeah.
I mean, I thought it before. I thought that in the preseason. I thought it last year. I always think it because it's not acceptable for the position. Like 76% for a kicker
horrendous
in the National Football League is horrible. That's a career. That's his career. He's a career 45 of 59, not including what happened today. So he'd be 46 of 62 if you included what happened today. And mind you, one of them got blocked, but that comes down to certain operation times, and everybody factors into that. But they got to block better. He got to kick better. But it's just an unacceptable thing. It's an unacceptable reality of the sport that you're a professional. It's like a quarterback throwing for 50%. Like eventually you got to replace him, not because he's a bad person, not because you hate him, not because there's a standard that you expect. There's an expectation of the job. You got to be a pro.
That's Richard Sherman.
Man.
And he's 100% right, Jay.
He's right.
Jake Moody yesterday, 1 for 3. 1 for 3. Think about that.
He was perfect inside 40.
Right. That's where he's usually money.
Yeah. Money Moody.
But he missed 2. And here's the thing. You know what Jake Moody is like? He's like having a seatbelt, Jay, but you don't know if it's going to work.
Oh.
Think about it.
Man.
You barreling down the road 90 miles an hour. You think this seatbelt going to save you, but you're not sure. You think Jake Moody's going to make the kick, but you're not sure. That's not the way to go into football games. You have to be able to trust your kicker. And for Kyle Shanahan, after the game, and then the reports today said that the Niners didn't try out any kickers today. But for Kyle Shanahan, after the game, to go out there and say, he was asked, is Jake Moody your kicker going forward? Absolutely, 100%. He's our guy. And I brought this up in the crossover with Whitey, Jay, and I don't understand why Shanahan is so beholden to Jake Moody. You see some of the reactions on the sideline. You saw Shanahan's reaction on the sideline when he missed the kick. You see the players' reaction. We saw last year Debo get into it with him. Why is Kyle Shanahan doubling down on this guy?
I don't know.
Dude, he got rid of Trey Lance with the quickness.
Wasn't his guy.
Wasn't his? Why the hell is Jake Moody his guy?
I don't know.
And it can't be, well, he invested a 3rd-round pick. He moved up and got Trey.
He did.
And yeah.
I think most people would say he did.
I hear you. But is Jake Moody an issue? And it's clear it is. Richard Sherman just had the stats. And I thought Jake looked good in the preseason. He supposedly changed his routine up. But what you're seeing now from Jake Moody, because I don't think he's a bad kicker. I think it's mental now with him.
It is. Agreed.
It's mental.
You know what it is for me, Drapes? And I said this to somebody. I don't know who I was talking to at this point. But I think, and this is crazy, I could see Moody going somewhere else and having a hell of a career. I think it's the pressures of hitting kicks for the 49ers at this point, and because now we're all aware of it, it's a mental thing. He needs a change of scenery, and the 49ers need the same thing. And Richard Sherman is 100% right. And I'll even take it as far as this. I was talking to a couple of players, former players, yesterday, and, you know, it's because it's first week of football, right? So everybody's contacting everybody, connecting and texting. And so a couple of my guys reached out, and they're like, man, 49ers look okay. And they're trying to get a gist of where the 49ers are because they're going on their shows on the East Coast. So they're asking me my thoughts, but to the person, these two former players, they're like, man, if I'm in that locker room, I'm going straight to the coach. I'm going straight to my position coach, and I'm going straight to my captains, which I believe the Niners have 8. And I'm telling you, we need to call a meeting and he's got to go. Because if I'm giving my all and I'm getting beat up every single week, and I'm paraphrasing what they told me, and it's kind of like what Richard Sherman was talking about, I would be cut by now if I had the percentages of what, of success rate. I'd be gone. I wouldn't even make the team. How is this dude still around?
Did you see Pam Oliver's report?
I did during the game. Yes.
She said, quote, that missed kick is really causing some frustration on the sideline. I saw 2 thrown helmets and a lot of ticked off looking players. And to your point, Jay, if you're an offense, you drive 50, 60, 70 yards down the field, get your team in position to score, all for the kicker to miss it. And everybody knows. Jake Moody knows, the players know. It's is he going to make it? You know what Jake Moody is like, and you said he probably needs a change. He needs a change of scenery. Jake Moody is like Kevin Herter in Sacramento. How many times, because Kevin Herter started off good.
Yeah.
And then it went downhill and it became mental. How many times when Kevin Herter took a 3-pointer did the crowd go,
every time?
You know?
Last 2 seasons, last season and a half, for sure.
Right? And then it got into his head.
Yeah.
He goes to Chicago. Old Kevin Herter is back. Come out here, drop 27 points on us.
Yeah.
I think Jake Moody in a Niners uniform, to your point, Jay, is a mental thing now. He has to feel the pressure. 27, 37, 47 yard, whatever it is. Whenever he takes the field, he has to feel it.
Yeah, it's got to be on his back, on his mind.
And here's the thing, Jay, you know as well as I do, all teams have sports psychologists.
Sure do.
You know, and I wonder if they've worked with Jake on I got a friend who's a sports psychologist. And she always says, just go back to the basics. Go back to the basics. We got you. You know what I mean? The fundamentals, simplify things. And coming into this season, Pam Oliver said this too when she talked to Kyle Shanahan. He praised Moody. This is before the game. He felt the kicker would rebound from last season. He felt like Moody's health should make, and Moody is healthy and should make his kicks. But that's not happening. And so we know the issue. Jake Moody is not a reliable kicker. I said earlier, is it malpractice for Kyle Shanahan and John Lynch not to pick up a number 1 option at wide receiver, a true number 1? Is it malpractice for Shanahan to continue to put Jake Moody out there?
Yes. Yeah. And I said last week going into 2 things, and I might be wrong on one of them. It's going to be a huge deal. It's going to be a part of this season as long as the 49ers allow it to be, that's why I say I agree. It's malpractice. Are you asking me the question?
Yeah.
Yes, it is. And when you have former players like Richard Sherman and the 2 players that I spoke to, it's bigger. And this is where I was wrong. It's bigger now, and maybe bigger in my mind personally, because players, and I hadn't factored this in, Drapes. I don't know why, but players are going out there and giving it their everything.
Mm-hmm.
And they, to the person, are saying 2 things. If this was me and my position, I'd be fired by now. And pretty much the examples of people who have this type of success rate, they're fired, they're cut, they're let go, they're out of the league, they're on a practice squad, they're at the USFL, there's something, Arena League, CFL.
Mm-hmm.
The second part is, and I could be wrong, you tell me, when I hear Sherman, when I hear some of my guys talk, it's like a plea. We need to figure this out now before week 8, when the going gets a little more tougher and people are banged up and wins seem like they come by just a little bit harder. and it comes down to him missing a 27-yard field goal off the upright, that's the fundamental thing of kicking a field goal.
Right.
They pushed back the extra point because it was too easy. At the 15, at the 17, or wherever it was at the time. 25 and in, 30 and in, that's a gimme.
Automatic.
That's fundamental. Man, I thought it would be big. I thought it would be a problem, but I was fooling myself in saying it's to be expected. I expected a game or two or maybe three where Moody's going to miss a field goal, extra point, maybe miss a game winner, and we'll talk about it.
Right.
But if you can't hit 27-yard field goals, that's a whole different level.
That's a different level. 916-339-1140. Looking at some of the numbers from Moody last season. From 40 to 49 yards, he was just 6 of 11. Jay, a 40 to 49 yarder nowadays?
It's nothing.
That's nothing.
That's a tough field goal, but you need to nail that.
You need to nail that.
Yeah. 50 and above is where it's like, this is a 50 shot.
Yeah, exactly.
And with the understanding, people are going to miss 42s, 48s, 45. It happens, especially you start to get open stadiums and inclement weather and all that type of stuff. Yeah, that happens. But I'm with you. Nowadays, 45, I expect you to hit that.
You got to hit that. That can't be 50-50.
Yes.
And, we brought up the Kevin Huerter comparison, and what it looks like to me is Mike Brown consistently continuing to put Huerter in that starting lineup, supporting his guy, hoping that he breaks out of it. That's what Shanahan's doing. But at some point, you got to say it ain't working anymore. At some point, you got to bench Kevin Huerter, which Mike did, or you got to cut Jake Moody. Football, how many times do they say it's a game of benches? One play can make a game. And if you ain't got faith in your kicker, and here's the thing when it comes to Jake Moody, I don't care if he kicks the game winner next week. I don't care. If I'm the Niners, I need to see a pattern. It has to become a habit where he makes kicks. And it seems like the more opportunity he gets, the worse he becomes. When you look at his numbers again last season, he made just 2 of his final 6 attempts in the final 3 games and missed an extra point. He got worse as the season went on. So Kyle Shanahan, the leash has to be short. You won this week. But it's clear as day, Moody and his struggles is affecting the locker room, the players, but also the play calling. Jake Moody is not a strength right now. He's a hindrance. He's holding you back. Sure, you got the win, but damn. He had one blocked, and I thought the special teams blocking for him was terrible on the block one. Like it was a free for all.
Yeah, they did.
It was a free for all. Yeah, but like you said, the 27-yarder, that's a chip shot.
Yes,
and you doinking that?
Oh, man, that's high school stuff. That's high school stuff.
916-339-1140. Welcome back, Draper. Shanahan should get fired on the spot just for the fact that he's holding on to Moody, but we will take the W as with everybody and watch in agony until he's gone. Shout out to Justin. Steven, call back tomorrow, man. Sorry, we're up against it. Niners do get the win, 17-13. Exactly. 1-0 in the standings, just like my Philadelphia
That's
Eagles.
Right. Talk to me.
Coming up next, we got Monday Night Football. That's going to be a good game. Chicago is my sleeper team of the year.
Okay. Mine's was Atlanta. Whitey's is Cardinals.
Cardinals? Oh, he's well. Okay. Caleb Williams. McCarthy tonight. 2 number 1 first-round quarterbacks going head-to-head. Should be interesting. That's coming up here next on Sacktown Sports 1140. Shout out to Jay Johnson behind the boards. Everybody listening. Everybody calling in. Whitey should be back tomorrow. He was holding it down for for Alan Stiles from 10 to 2 earlier today. Hopefully the Drive guys will be reunited, and it feels so good tomorrow at 2 o'clock. Shout out to everybody. You've been listening to the Drive guys here on Sacktown Sports 1140.
Time to check out Capital Casino, conveniently located at 411 North 6th